Yes, mambo vipi ladies and gentlemen, welcome so much to Kenya Marekani. Hope you're doing well. Day 2 of filling in your green card. Yes, so welcome so much. I'm trying to stream on all my platforms, so it's taking a little bit of time, but here we are, okay? Can you hear me loud and clear on all my platforms? Let's see. Yep, I think guys can see me and can hear me. So we are talking about green card. Yesterday we did a video of how you can fill your form, and this is the form itself, okay? Trying to multitask here. Yep, so that's the form, that's the green card form. Guys who are asking me, that's the green card form, okay? Yeah, very easy. It only has 14 questions, okay? Very easy. But today we want to cover up some instructions so that you can know what is happening in here. Okay, so I'm gonna go back again. Let me just type DV. Yep, there we go. So once you arrive on this first page of the Electronic Diversity Visa program, the instructions that we have, so tomorrow we're going to talk about the photo examples, okay, and also the instructions that surround the photo example, okay. So let's go into the instructions, and I think I need to mute this music. Yep, so let's go now to our conversation of the day. So are we on instructions yet? Okay, so so these are the DV instructions, okay. And also on the website itself, they say be aware of fraud and scams. Yeah, some websites and email attempts to mislead customers, posing as providers of the official US government information. Okay, so be on the look, and that's one of the videos that I already did, so that you be careful, yeah, not to fall into that snare. Okay, so these are the instructions now. I don't think it's let's see. Okay, now we need to remove these. I need to just bring another screen so that we can see, okay, the instructions. Yes, so we are here on the instructions. Yep, so hope guys can be able to see Yeah. So we are here on the instructions. Let me see if you have a questions. Just shoot your question. We'll answer you. Okay. So instruction for the 2024 diversity migration visa program, which this is the program overview. Yeah. So what I want to start is applicants who are selected in the program, selectees, okay, must meet simple but strict eligible requirements to qualify for a DV. The Department of the State determines selectees through randomized computer drawing, okay? Because a lot of guys ask me, hey, sasa tutachaguliwa aje? No, this is just nipata potea. Yeah, but it works, okay? Nipata potea, yes, but it works. I know a lot of people who have come through this diversity visa program. So it's just a computer, like the way we used to watch Omo pick a box. You choose a box. Yeah. So that's how it happens. But eventually, so many people benefit from this DV lottery. So it's something that is legit. Okay. Now, so we've just seen that it's the computer that picks the winners. Okay, so I know guys ask me how are we gonna know who will win. It's not in my human capacity to tell you who is gonna win. It's a machine. Even the people who conduct green card don't know who will be the winner. Okay, the machine, the work of the machine. Okay. So the Department of State distribute diversity visas among 6 geographical regions, okay? And no single country may receive more than 7% of the available DVs in any 1 year, okay? So it means we are the 6 geographic region is like the continents. So they divide, maybe they say Africa, it's 7%, and so they will divide among the countries that are there. So yeah, I see my Instagram is out. Okay, now so let's see, these are some of the areas which are eligible. Yeah, that is something you can go, but most of the African countries are all eligible apart from Nigeria. So but now let's go to eligibility. This is requirement number 1. Natives of countries with historically low rates of immigration to the United States may be eligible to enter. Yeah. So it looks like a lot of Nigerians have been coming to US, so that's why they gave them a cap. Yeah, because a lot of, they don't want to be unfair, because if a certain number of your countrymen are coming to this country, that it means they will just do a small cap so that they can give other people opportunities to also try their luck. Okay. So yeah, if you are not a native of a country with historical low rates of immigration to the United States, there are 2 other ways you might be qualified. Okay, and this is what I also talked about. If your spouse native of a country with historical low rates of immigration to the United States, if yes, you can claim your spouse country of birth. Yeah. In other words, let me just simplify this. If your wife is from Kenya, and for example, you come from Nigeria, Nigeria is not eligible, but if your wife is from Kenya, then you can be eligible through your wife, because she's going to put you as a dependent. So that's how you will qualify. Okay. So and then you are a native of a country that does not have historical low rates of immigration to the United States, but in which of your parent was born or legally resident at the time of your birth. If yes, you may claim the country of birth of one of your parents if it's a country whose native are eligible for the DV 2024 program. Yeah, so not just the spouse, but even children. Yeah, you might just be born but living in an ineligible country, so you might qualify through your parents. Yeah, yeah, you might claim your parents, one of your parents home, which is probably eligible. So requirement number 2 is each DV applicant must meet the education work experience. So you see, it's education stroke, okay, education stroke. So it means if you've not attained Form 4, okay, that's 12 years of education, or work experience requirement of the DV program by having either at least high school education of, or its equivalent, defined as successful completion of a 12-year course of formal elementary and secondary education. That's they're comparing it to America. So some people are asking me, is if it's a must you have high school. No, it's not a must. If, for example, you are not lucky to finish high school, you must have, now this is the 2 years of work experience within the last 5 years in occupation that requires at least 2 years of training or experience to perform. Okay, the Department of State will use the US Department of Labor database to determine qualifying work experience. Yes, so I think US itself has a way of quantifying your work experience, because I don't know how they check, but I don't think it's just any work experience. You must have been trained, yeah, some training of some sort. Okay, so and then you should not submit an entry to the DV program unless you meet both of these requirements. Okay, so if you don't have high school and you don't have the work experience of 2 years, then you don't meet the qualification. That's the only time you'll be disqualified. You don't meet the qualifications. Okay, and then entry period. Also, you need to apply during the entry period, which now from this season, it's from yesterday, which was the 5th, to the 8th, yeah, of November. So you need to apply within that period. Okay, then all these things I've been telling you, we're just confirming them. Submission of more than one entry from a person will disqualify all entries from that person. So if, for example, you applied and then you realized, hey, I missed my name, or hey, I missed my spelling, or I missed something, and you already submitted, that's done. Yeah, and that's why I always tell guys, yeah, it's good to just relax and then you apply maybe later after you've learned and you're sure what you're going to answer. Otherwise, it becomes a very big challenge if you just answer and then you make a mistake. This is not a form where you need to make a mistake. Everything has to be perfect. They say no human being is perfect, but this one needs to be perfect. Otherwise, you just disqualify yourself. Your form even will not be checked. You disqualified yourself. Yeah. So completing your electronic entry for the DV program, which we did yesterday. Yeah. So let's now tackle again the full. You must provide the following information to complete your entry. Failure to accurate include all the required information will make you ineligible for a DV. Okay, so number 1 is name. Okay, last family name, then first name, then middle name. That's the format, exactly as it appears on your passport. That's why I told you it's good to have a passport, even though it's not a requirement. It's good to have a passport because for example, if you apply green card today and you don't remember your names the way you wrote them, then you apply a passport, yeah, and then your name does not correlate with what is on your green card. So it means those are two people who applied for that job, for that green card. So then that disqualifies you. So it's good to have order, the same order you did on your green card, have it the same way, yeah. Yeah, so for example, if a passport shows only your first and last family name, please list your last family name and then first name. Do not include a middle name unless it is included in your passport. Yeah, I've had these questions a lot. Yeah, people asking me on my passport is 2 names, and then should I write 3 names? No, just write exactly what is in your passport to save yourself uh, the misery of missing this opportunity. Okay. So, and then if your passport includes a first, middle name and last family name, please list them in the following order: last family name, and then first name, then middle name. If you have only one name, it must be entered in the last family name. Okay. So if you have one name, for example, you just called Abdallah, don't write, even if it's your first name, don't put it on the first name, put it on the last name, which appears on the first box. Okay. So then this is gender. Yeah, this part nowadays is confusing because people have other genders apart from male and female, but that is what is provided there. So you have to identify yourself either as a male or female. Yeah, it's nowadays, things are changing. So yep. So birth date. In America, we write our day, our date different. We start with day, month, year. Okay. So I know you're used to month, day, then year, but just check out how it's supposed to be written so you don't confuse. You don't write your month or your year before the day. Every country has their way. Chinese writes the year first. Yeah. So yep. So let's see. And then city where you're born. City where you're born, I've had some people have questions with this. City where you're born is, it doesn't necessarily mean because every place has a nearest city. You live next to a city. Like if you live in the outskirts of Nakuru, then Nakuru becomes your city. If you were born in, personally, all my stuff I wrote was in Gishu as my city, though was in Gishu is a district. It's not even a city because nobody checks. Nobody checks. They just want to see your location, where you're coming from. Nobody checks. Yeah, me, I've always written all my applications here. I've always written Uasin Gishu. I don't write Eldoret. I write Uasin Gishu because that's what is on my ID. Okay. But ID is not required here at all. You only use your passport. And then country where you were born. Use the name of the country currently used for the place where you were born. Okay. And then country where you are born is also the country of eligibility. Yeah. So if somebody was born in Nigeria, then that's their born place and also the place of their eligibility. They will check where you were born. Your country of eligibility will normally be the same as your country of birth. Your country of eligibility is not related to where you live. Okay. Sometimes we move, like people are in US, others are in Dubai, others in Qatar, others in Saudi. People are working in different countries, but you will write your country of birth. That's what they will determine your selection with. Okay, country of birth, which is country of eligibility. Okay. Now number 7 is very, very important. Entrant photographs. Okay. They need a recent photograph taken within the last 6 months of yourself. Don't bring an old picture that they can't even tell who you are. your spouse and all your derivatives, children included, or on your entry. Yeah. So, and then tomorrow we'll be talking about this digital photograph, because it's a huge topic and there's a lot determining factors when it comes to your photograph. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. Okay. And then for compositional and technical specification, yes. So we will talk about the specification, the composition, how it should look like tomorrow. Okay. So the DV entry photograph must meet the same standard as US visa photos. Yeah? You will be ineligible for a DV if the entry photographs you and your family members do not fully meet this specification or have been manipulated in any way. So guys who are asking me if they can take pictures with phones, yeah, you see the way they are very strict with this picture. So I will not want you to miss out on anything. Yeah, so it's just good for you to just go to pay somebody to a photographer to pay to just do a good work, and then you don't have to worry about editing, about whatnot. Yeah. So, and then mailing address, yeah, which is in care of. So you write your city or address. Address also you can. I've always told guys, if you don't have an address, you can use your school, old school, or church, or work, because there's nothing they will send on this address. It's just to see your location, okay, and to confirm your location, and which is mostly on your passport. Behind your passport, your area is there. Is behind your passport. There is a place where they write your place where you stay, if it's Nairobi, if it's where, okay. And then country where you live today, that's where you work. If you live in Qatar, that's where you work. That's your country of where you live today. Then phone number is optional, because they will not call you. And these other websites that I was warning you against, they will tell you leave the phone numbers, will call you, will contact you. The US government does not contact anybody on phone, okay. So, and then email address. Email address is the most important thing. That's why it repeats itself twice on the green card application, because that's where the Department of the State will never send you email telling you that you have been selected for the DV. They will just let's see, I wanted to see this. Yeah, if you check the entrance status, check in May, okay, you will later receive the following up email communicating from the Department of State details with details visa available. Okay, so that's the place where they will send you the confirmation number. Okay, so you need to make sure you have it and keep it safely. Okay, then highest level of education you have achieved. Okay, highest level. Let me see if these guys are still here. Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys, I appreciate you. If you have questions, please bring them. We will somebody is asking here, if one is in the US, can he or she apply for someone not in the US? Yes, but they will just check with your area of eligibility. Like if you're applying for somebody who is in Kenya, they will not notice that it's you who applied for them. Okay, it's the place of birth. That is what it will count. Okay, so the place of eligibility, that's what will, whether you are in the US, whether you are where, your place of eligibility, that's what they will look for. Because as we've read, green card is given by the regions. Yeah, so Africa is slotted this amount. So even if you're in the US, your region, your home region, that's what they will look at. Okay. Yeah, let's moving on swiftly. So I see also you can shoot your questions. I am on Instagram as well. So let's see. And if the names are David Calvin Mwangi Moirori, how will I write this? Hey brother, you have 5 names. Hey. Where there are 3 slots. There's 3 slots there. So unless you squeeze 2 names in one box, I don't know how you can. As long as they appear the same way in your passport, you have to squeeze those names somewhere in one box. But make sure the surname is the one that begins. Yeah, because hey, the person who made these green card rules, they are not from Africa. They didn't know that we name our children 17 names. They only know 3 names, but in Africa, we do what Africans do. Yeah, we we are different, bana. We are a different breed. Yeah. So moving on swiftly. Let's move on. Yeah. Yeah, so we are here on the highest level of education. Yeah. So so this is very simple, because number 12, you just know where you fall. If you did primary school, just check on primary school. Okay. If you did primary school and some high school, some high school, just write some high school, no diploma. Okay. It means, when they say no diploma, it means if you graduated, if you got your KCSE, for example, if you come from Kenya, you did your final exam. Okay. And then high school diploma, it's very straightforward, this part. It's whatever you accomplished in terms of school, that's what you put. Okay. This one is not complicated. You know what you have. And by the way, when you're applying this, there's no proof that you will require, but maybe the time you'll now be going for the embassy interview, they might require some of the proofs, like for your school. Yeah. For your spouse, your marriage. When you're applying, there's nowhere you are uploading these things, but the time you will need them is when you go to the embassy, if you win. Okay. And then current marital status. Okay. Number 1 is unmarried. Okay. Number 1 is unmarried. Yeah, basically you are single. I don't know why they are using complicated words here. Unmarried is you are just single. You are kimudu, umesimama tu peke yako. Yeah. And then the other one is married and my spouse is not a US citizen. Okay. Or US lawful permanent residence. Okay. Then number 3 is married and my spouse is a US citizen or US lawful permanent residence. Number 4, if you're divorced. Okay. Number 5, widowed. Okay. And all these things, for when you're answering the green card, is just a pass question. Is just a pass question. But if you answered something like you said you're widowed and you have children who are your dependent, that's when you will require now. If you're widowed, you will bring now a death certificate of your spouse. Okay. Because you cannot migrate with children and you are just a single parent. They have to know if you have the permission to go with those kids. Yeah. So and a photograph of your spouse meeting the same technical specification as your photo. Okay. So photo, we are rotating around that title many times because it's very important, very key. A photograph is very key. So please don't cut a picture. You took a picture in 1983 and then you are with your friends and you're like, this picture is clean, let me cut it and make it my own passport picture. Nada. Yeah? Ati na sisi tuko Saudi tuna bro. Ya nyinyi mkiwa Saudi mnaweza apply pia bana. Mnaweza apply. Haijalishi pale unatoka. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you come from. What matters is your country of eligibility. Okay? Yeah. So and then yeah, moving on swiftly. Okay. Yeah, number 14. Now, green card basically ends on 13. For example, if you don't have kids. If you don't have kids, your green card ends at question 13. But if you have kids, now you'll write here number of kids. So if you have one, another box will drop. You will fill their names and all their details. Okay? So you are supposed to list the name, date of birth, gender, city, and town, and country of birth for all living and married children under the age of 21. This place is tricky because I told you, you can, if you're a child under the age of 21 and you're not married, your parent can still claim you under their green card as dependents. Okay? And then also, if you're 18 years, you can also apply for your own yourself. That's a very tricky situation right there. It's kind of confusing. If you're 21 and below, your parent can have you as a dependent as long as you're not married. But if you're also 18 years and above, you can apply as yourself for this green card. That's why the requirement number 1 is high school. So if you are 18, it means you completed your high school. Yeah. Are we together? So basically, 14 now is for people who have children, and it can be long. For example, if you have, last year I filled for somebody who had 7 kids. Tulimjazia bana, tulimjazia sana. Okay. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, all these now are details regarding the children. Yeah. If you have stepchildren who are unmarried and under the age of 21, on the date of your electronic entry, even if you are no longer legally married to the child's parents, okay, and even if the child does not currently reside with you or will not immigrate with you, you are supposed to put them. Okay. Yeah, all these now is for people with children. Married children and children who are already age 21 or older, when you submit your entry, are not eligible for the DV program. Okay. However, the Child Status Protection Act protects the children from aging out in certain circumstances. Aging out from certain circumstances. If you submit your DV entry before it turns 21, yeah, and the child turns 21 before visa issuance, it is possible that he or she may be treated as though he or she were under the age of 21 for visa processing purposes. Okay. So this one, you'll have to go into details, and then let's see now. This is the selection of entry. I think this part of this we're gonna still continue live tomorrow. Now submitting your picture. From the picture now we're gonna come tomorrow and continue. I just wanted to do the instructions today. Some of those instructions. We still have a lot to cover. Yeah, we still have a lot to cover. Oh, I was not showing you. Oh, jeez, the screen was flat. I was not showing you guys. Anyway, sorry guys. I didn't notice that it was not on the screen. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. So moving on swiftly. Moving on swiftly. So some of the questions. Shoot some questions, and then we see. I see my good friend Wanja is here. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, Wanja Jen is here. Let's see. She's saying work experience must meet the job groups. Yes, we have some job groups, and it's very tricky since most job groups don't qualify. Okay, so I think I'll invite Wanja Jane here. We've had some sessions with her since last year, so I'm gonna invite her here again. So we just have a time of question and answer, question and answer. If you guys have doubts, yeah. So if me I were you, if me is you, is me is you. If I was you, by the way, I would not apply this thing immediately. I would just want to learn, know what it entails. You know, I would want to learn and know what it entails before I hurry and just answer stuff that I'm not aware of. Okay. So because we have 4 weeks, so you still have plenty of time to make sure you learn these things, and then you put out something that is satisfying. You know. So I think that is all for today. Eunice Wanjiro, you have a question. Please ask your questions before I end this live. If you have a question, just ask your question before I end this live. I'm also on Instagram. I'm also on TikTok. I love what goddess me ananiakilisha hapa TikTok sana eh. Nimechelewa kujoin. Huyu hata naenda kumaliza. Hey, hey. Yeah. Yeah, so the video is already on YouTube as we talk. So you can, in fact, if you go to YouTube, you can just rewind as we continue. Yeah, that's the good thing with YouTube. Yeah. Let's see some of the questions from TikTok. I see hapo kwa mailing address. Yeah. Yeah, as I told you, mailing address is not a big deal. You there's nothing they will send you. It's just a location. They want to see where you come from. Okay. So let's just go back to that part for the mailing address, so that yeah, it's not much on when we come to the frequently asked. We will tackle about the mailing address. Yeah, mailing address is just a place where you live. Okay, and if you don't have a PO box, you can put for your church or for your school, just to fill up that. But there is no way they will send you anything on your mailing address. They just want to see like your physical address, where you stay. It's not that they know all those places, but people can Google stuff and see. Okay. Yeah, because in America we are identified by where we live. So our address is like where we live. Like it narrows it down to where you live. Like, so everybody is identified by where that mailing address. So your mailing address sometimes is also shows you where you live. So, and then country where you live today. So we already tackled all those. So guys, I will see if some people have questions, and then I think I'll call it done. Yeah. Yeah, it's about mailing address and zip code. Yeah, the part for zip code, by the way, it's not, it's optional. You can say you don't have a zip code. I went to the green card. Let's just go to that green card form. Let's just go to the green card form right now. remove this. And add the DV program. So this is where you click. After you enter the DV program, I'll repeat this until the 4 weeks are over. I'll not be tired to repeat this. Begin entry. So this is just something you write. Hiyo amenifichia white sana hata I can't see bwana. Let's, okay, yeah, now that's easy. 558, then X. Yeah, so this is the form. This is the form that we've been talking about. So you see, if you don't have a postal code, you just say no. Yeah. It just shows you that this is just something they want you to just fill, to show where, like, you are a real person and you receive, because I don't think people receive mails in Kenya. I know we use PO box, but we don't use even mail, those mails, okay? The only thing that is very important here is your email address. That's why it's even repeated twice, okay? And of course your name. Your name is also equally important. You have to start with, so you see, this is the part we are talking about. For example, this guy was saying he has 5 names. Yeah, he has where is this guy? Yeah, there's a guy here called David Calvin Mwangi Moirori. David Calvin Moirori. We have 3 boxes here. I don't know how you'll fit in all those names in these 3 boxes. Huh? Yeah. So, but if you don't have a first name, you can put like that. You can just click no. Okay. Yep. Yeah. So let's see. Wanja Jane anasema please invite Wolfoy TV someday. Yes, I'll look for them. So guys, with all that, it's my humble appeal that I end this live, but I really appreciate for your time, yeah, and also listening to me. I really appreciate you. So let's catch up tomorrow at the same time, same place. Keep it here, yeah, and subscribe to Mkenya Marekani. Yeah, this will be the platform where we'll be bringing you all these news. I'll try as much as possible also to feature other YouTubers, yeah, like we did last year. We'll feature a lot of other YouTubers so that we can give you the information that you need from even different people. Yeah, it's good to hear from different people as well. I see my good friend hapa hivi, Masi Masharia. Mambo vipi? Nakuona sana. Safi. Yeah? Roba Hawaire Adigasa. Anasema sisi wa Dubai tunaweza apply tukiwa huku. Yes, of course. Yeah. Your area where you are at that point really does not, where it matters is where your eligibility, country of eligibility. Okay? That's what matters most. Yeah, and Kenya is eligible for this green card. But naona tukiendelea na hii line mpaka tunakuja na ma-YouTuber, tutajaa hapa tukue kama Nigeria tukatazwe kukuja. Yeah. Miss Sony Njoroge anasema kindly post this after. It's already on YouTube. Even if you go to Mkenya Marekani, it's on YouTube right now. You can even rewind and start from the beginning. I've done already the filling of the green card, which I did yesterday. So you can go and check that out. Yeah, just go to our YouTube. It's called Mkenya Marekani. Yeah, Mkenya Marekani on YouTube. Okay? Yeah. So guys, allow me to leave now. May God bless you. Tutaonana baadaye. Yeah, Waire, fanya bidii, apply very fast. Yeah, safi bana. We'll see you guys. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And by the way, before I even end, let me tell you guys that you can also support us on YouTube by not just subscribing. You can become our member. Okay, a member, it means you pay a small subscription fee. Even there's a $0.99, so less than $1. You can pay $3, you can pay $7. There's also $10, there's 25, and there's 50, and then there's $100. Okay, so depending with what you see it's good, yeah, you're most welcome. You're most welcome to subscribe, no, to become a member. Okay, yeah, to become a member on. And also, while we are live, if you go to our YouTube channel, if you press the dollar, that dollar sign, if you're live on on YouTube, if you go to let's see, let me show you how you can become part of this journey. Let's see if you can go to your YouTube here. I'm just gonna show you in a bit so that you see how you can become part of this great journey. Yeah, we are even here. So let me mirror this. Okay, just before I end, I need to show you how you can support Mkenya Marekani. Let me just show you in a bit. Yeah, so here it's Mkenya Marekani. So if you go here, part of this, let me reduce that volume. You see the way it's clean? Yeah, these guys are trying. Yeah? Yeah, that feed is clean, bwana. Yeah, appreciate us. So if you come here, you can see join. If you press that join, you'll be able to see you can support us by $2. You can support us by $6. There's $24. Yeah, you can become a member. Okay. And also, you can see where is the main chart. Okay, here if you press this button, you can buy a super sticker, you can buy a super chat, you can become a member, or you can gift membership gifting. Okay, just to support what we are doing. I had to say that so that tukue pamoja, ama namna gani? Na sasa tuko pamoja, si ndio? Okay, so bye for now. God bless you. Tutaonana baadaye. See ya, ama namna gani? Yes, cheers. And this is how you subscribe to our YouTube channel.